Hey, and welcome back to the channel. It's Digitmerc, and once again, back with another game series. Finally, back in the act, and I believe it's the first series of this year on the same time. No, and I think I also haven't been mentioning or talking about Scum in the past year, even though it has been on my mind. And I believe it is now the right time for me to give a little bit of a talk about it, about my experience, my thoughts about it, my what I like, what I dislike, uh, what I am hoping for to come, and this and that, and so much more, right? So if you're new, I stream 5 days a week on Twitch, occasionally on YouTube as well. And you may as well follow my other social links in the comments down below or in the details section below. Otherwise, if you are up to it, then just be ready and let's get over it, shall we? Well, let's start off like this. What is Scum? Just to give a little bit of a brief insight, right? So Scum is like a super max open world survival FPS, third person mode as well. Uh, Game, right? It has the vibes, the aspects of open world. The whole map you see is the whole island, and it's not the whole island, but it's the first section of the island that has been around, or has been around since the not since the dawn, but it has come up with most likely around this island, Quad Island, right? And I, for myself, have started Scum with around 0.2 in Christmas 0.2 2019, I believe. It was the day or the time that the first generation of vehicles have been added, no? And yeah, that's when I got into it. Uh, the also on that, you know, somehow I managed to find a PVE server, RP server on that at that time. No, that I am now again back on it, known as the Anstalt. It's a German RP PVE server with PvP zones and all good in that, and known server owner for since the 0.2 as well. And yeah, I believe 0.95 is the threshold that I have made the great assumption that I have made I choice to join back with Scum, and I've seen everyone else in that server also has been like active, have been reactivated since the 3.95. So it's been about a month or so old since server is back in active, and all good people I know here still here active, and same with the server owner. And I guess my right this time was right, and I guess you can say I have been enjoying Scum much more, as much as I have since the beginning. My in-game time playthrough is like before I was like I had like 1,000 hours, right, when I rejoined Scum with 0.95, and for the last month or so I've been spending another 300 500 hours, almost 600 hours on just the last month. That tells that game is back on its track, even though it has still some bugs and glitches, back and forth whenever a new hotfix comes out. But that's the cycle of the game that's in early access. I hope it's gonna be all on a capable work repair fix once it's gonna get launched with the 1.0. That is probably around later this year, around summertime or maybe in fall. So either that. So, but in a sense, the Scum version 1.0 release is near, right? So I hope it will have a smooth launch, but you never know. The patch days is always a questionable thing. But I hope I giving my hopes and say good luck on the devs team, and the same on the people who have been enjoying indulging with Scum. The same hopes and hypes as much as possible. And yeah, I mean, let's talk about what I like about Scum, what I don't like. Or let's say before that, let me give a little bit of brief intel what has been changed since 0.2. Of course, there are more deeper videos to do, content creators to do deeper talks about that. But let me give you a little bit more insight in that case, right? So first of things is the whole inventory user interface has been changed. Like it has been revamped since the 3.2. I remember the whole category tabs in here, between inventory, all the events has been also like revamped. The whole inventory loot and this and that functionality and user interface and friendly usage has been changed. Also the better one. I mean, more like nicer. And of course, you have all the crafting perks you have here at your at your arsenal, right? Between items, spells, building, and cooking. This house all has changed. Before that, it was all in one tab, and it was all like completely different. Base building was also really simple to take, Items crafting was also like really like on a simple notch, but it was there. Same with cooking was also like a very simple thing to do. Now it has been like a little bit more um, advanced now. And the same thing has happened with the health interface and the metabolism changes since then. The whole thing has been changed. Basically, your whole character is completely different than it was back then. Now it's like everything that you do. It did matter back then, but now it matters more because everything you do and you get inflicted or get engaged with is having an effect on your character. Your starting off character at the beginning is very basics. I mean, it's very like simple-minded. You can say craft create your character at the beginning. Yours is a female that has been also added throughout the time. The female gender and the male gender, of course. And then you have all this type of categorization, customization, like from age, body type, this and this, to a little bit standard to go statistics perks now. Your strength, condition, dex, and intelligence, right? And then you have all this little bit of other perks that has a little bit of utility censorship on that, and uh, at the same time you just have you just create like the basics startup build, and you go from there. So everything else you do throughout the game are going to be basically being progressed by your playing time, while you're doing things you do the things you do from running to your endurance, from your intelligence of awareness, survival skills, engineering, cooking, uh, brawling, melee weapons, all the armory weapons type. All this gets skilled as you progress the game while doing those activities or with this certain amount of things, right? For example, I have for the last since I've been with 3.95, I for example have paid attention with my deck skill. I have skilled my driving CO to the max. It was on the basic skill when it was on the way no skill level when I started off. I have basically skilled a lot of my decks perks here. I also have maximized cover of my engineers, my intelligence perks, like my awareness has gone to max, my engineering has maxed out to max, and even my no, not that yet, but on the verge to become also master of the handgun and rifles and so on. And at the same time, the game is pretty fun. I mean, even you can say you have this improved new metabolism, right? Every type of types of details of damaging or wounds you're getting inflicted on, it will depend on your character's behavior. Then you can get simple wounds, you will heal on time. There are wounds that get even deeper. They may maybe fatal wounds to yourself. You have to treat with special antidote and spirit alcohol to burn the get to cure the infections, or you have radiation kind of diseases on all type of other poisons and possible infections. You can get diseases, radiation because there is a nuclear facility here, reactor here in the C0 sector that you need to have a hazmat suit in order able to go in there and in order not to get radiated and so on. On the hand, all types of you could say your temperature, body temperature plays a major role. If you are too hot, you may dive on a hot heat streak or hot streak now. If you are too cold, you just may dive on a hammer fever. And so on. You need to have to pay attention to that. What you wear, how you dress up, where you going, this and that. All the statistics on your performance score matters. How much your healing speed, recovery, this and this place, and it's been playing active. If you are, wounded, infected, you need and so on. The same thing as how much weight you can able to carry and how much weight you're able to pass carry your limits. And also all your walking speed, jog speed, run speed, this all have common matters. Some people have run speed are faster than a bike, and cycling with a bike, and all these things here matters. Even the food nutrition takes matters here a lot. What you eat, what you drink, will change your whole body flow, your nutrition type of say nutrition types, and the more you eat fats, you will get fatter. More carbs, you will have more carbs. Protein, you get this and that. The whole changes in your muscle, fat, organs, all that body mass distribution will change. And the induced absorption speed, all this will have have an effect on how you having your input intake in here in Scum, right? And obviously, it takes time for the certain meats to digest. Obviously, you have to obviously take them out. You have to take a small business. Then when you have full of colon or bladder, you have to take a wee. You gotta do it, otherwise, no. Yeah, and then you have also this game offers a small PvP mini games events you may create in your you can say in your group or in the game in your server for a simple capture the flag deathmatch team deathmatch. There's even a MMA deathmatch cage fight you can host. It's just simple, typical, small PvP events that you or the owner can create. There's no say downside. You only have cost like 1 rune points, right? Fame points. The rest you don't have to worry. You get all the rank fame. Get your you can earn a little bit of your fame points by having taking out the opposition force players in that event. Now you will be basically spawned in one of the PvP net zones, but it's one of the PvP events that will be being hosted, and there you have your individual sectored PvP event that will not that doesn't affect any outside matters. No, or you just have an in-game event from that where it's been created, and yeah, after you go, it's just a little bit fun on the go. No, and this and that. Otherwise, here, for example, on this server as well, I mean, this server is obviously it's a private server. It's a German RP PV with PvP zones. For example, here the red zones, the zones, the marked within red are here marked as the PvP zones, the potential for players to engage with, able to shoot against each other. You have to. These ones are also like high value loot zones where you have these active sentries walking. These are basically this is basically the PvP, right? And that's why you have the active bunkers where you have as well sentries, but in here these are PvE zones, and there's also bunkers that are like the lost bunkers or abandoned bunkers that are like inactive. There are no sentries, but there are different types of let's say different type of enemies inside the bunker. And here, for example, you have the green marked zones. These are basically the safe zones, the vendors that have been added for some time now. Where you can buy, trade things, goods from. You can get your bank card. You can get your medics supplies, all this and that. You have the general goods. You can prepare your car or get your car there, and also some like military goods, weapons, and also some shipping, fishing type of accessory and stuff, and so on. No, that you get there. And here, for example, on this server as well, we have blue blue markers that are for the safe zones, the players who have built base builds, right? And the yellow ones are players traders points in interest now. The players have also small vendors, because sometimes the vendors that here sell the trades are a little bit expensive, so we have trades with a less price, half the price that's in here, and yeah, that's that. And otherwise, um, otherwise, if you, and otherwise, you might find the game a little bit overwhelming at the beginning, which is fair enough. Everyone's fair enough. It's like at the beginning, it's overwhelming because everything is new to you. Because when you join in the game, right, you don't get to create something like this right away. So, or you basically start off as a no one, as a exile in here with a parachute. You have to make sure you land on your feet after you landed your parachute. No, because you can easily, people have been not making it to the ground while in the parachute in the air. Yeah, and at the same time, this game has its varieties and masses of learning curves. That means every system you have in here is required is or has its learning curve that has to be learned. which is not a it's not a difficult thing, but it has a learning curve. That means once you get over it, once you get a hook on it, it will become easier for you, and the fun curve starts to grow. The more you learn, the more you things find out through the game, more fun you will have in the end. So this is the fun in the end, what matters, right? So for my side, as much I have been playing now since then, the game has always has to learn. The game doesn't sleep. There's always something to do. There's always something progression you can progress. You can always like choose how you like to spend your your play style, And this game doesn't will make you boring. Not only for a long time, like especially at its current state now. The Steel 9.5, there's a lot of things yet to be revamped here. Certain weeks are gonna get a lot of revamped before it gets to 1.0 release date now. For example, I have been building here base building for some time now. My first building, I've been like experimenting how I could build my bases now to my fantasy, to my RP type of fantasy, right? And yeah, so what I like, my let's say about a little bit of my dislikes. Let's start with the dislikes, of course. This game, of course, is obviously in early access. That means games still having flaws. They still have bugs, glitches, and some malfunctioning type of thought out error while in game can cause your game crash, and so many other bugs that you may just lose your item on the ground, or glitch when you try to pick up the item from your loot cages or so. It just glitches through the ground or something like this just disappear. Or if you drive too fast with your car and you don't have a good graphics card, there might be like some kind of glitchy roads. You may end up driving through with your car, and the car just swallowed, and you don't get it back, and basically you will lose you be getting you can lose your car like this. So you have to get new ones, and this basically how it's done. It's currently with the state, and even though a lot of things have been changed since the dawn, since with also number 5, a lot have been changed a lot much more smoother on the other side, and yeah, and for example as well, yeah, and the things I like first it's a we I mean you can say depending on the server that has been dedicated to or orientated to. No, on here, for example, you can say I have my joy. I can take my time. No matter what, I'm kind of tired of the PvP genre games like Overwatch or World of Warcraft or anything like this. I just can come here, have my peace, all calm PvE, RP, build stuff, sandboxing, not sandbox build, but you can uh, take care of your time, just do your thing. What I mostly enjoy, and I have the blasting fun experience. And also, what I like, of course, is the massive open world. You can every zone has it's alive. People there are zombies. There are like wild animals. There are like uncharted territories everywhere. Everywhere you go, you got to be aware. You got to basically you have to survive, right? In any means, just any means necessary. By any means, you need to find a way to survive. Even though when you die, it's normal, but you get to learn the experience of how you could uh, how you could prevent for next time, learning from your death experience and this and that. And This also game has it's called offers a much variety of tools of how you like to approach your gameplay experience, from stealth, sniping, arrows, archery type of weapons, or like ranged weapons like the sniper rifles and assault rifles and all the guns right in your arsenal. This and that, and yeah, all the weapons that you have here for now, they all have like uh, they have it's like you can say purpose. What is the purpose? You can say they also have their own system, right? For example, this is the AK-15. Can be scope molded with ACOG scopes, and obviously you can also mode your weapon. This is basically an AKM. You can put like a bayonet on that, gildy wrap. You can also customize your weapon with special graffiti and weapon camouflage painting now. And as well, you can like here M16 also have a special like um, scope, sniper scope that has night vision on it. You need to have a smartphone battery in order to use the night vision goggles, night vision feature. And something else, it's a very simple one. And yeah, every time you have a weapon, every time you use a weapon, there's a handgun, there's a Glock 21, here's a Block 21, you can say. You can basically have its function, you can check the amount of ammunition you have while engaging. You have time to check how much ammunition you have, or rounds, right? Your usage of weapons have a deal. The more you use, the weapons usage will be used, and eventually will be having malfunctioning. Those malfunctioning you will have to fix. And to fix the malfunctions, you need to have weapon kits, weapon parts. You need to replace them with, and also like weapon cleaning kits, toolkits, now that you need to repair your weapons with, in order to make sure they are working again. Because you don't want to have a malfunctioning weapon in a hot scene, on a hot, in a hot situation, right? You have to survive. You don't want to do that, or you don't want to have that, right? So, yeah, that's the weapons kits here, and also this, the whole ballistics of aiming, scoping have also like big plane here. You can basically adjust your distance. You can adjust your wind scales. You can also adjust your brightness on your ACOG systems. Now you can create a complete code like this, or have a backup your brightness backup, and yeah, and yeah, basically. This weapon, all this you have here, is having, and of course, every weapon you have in here have its flaws, mines as always, and of course, that you have so-called bullets that you have to basically you have magazines, right? That you need to. It's not like typical type of mechanism where you have load up. That's it. Now you gotta basically you got in order to load up your mag, you gotta take the ammunition and back up to your mag, and the fun begins now when you load up the ammo. Basically, you are loading up your mag one by one, rounds one by one. That's how you are loading up your weapons, right? Your mags, right? And same thing with the same here with the assault rifles. Unequip, unload, take the. You don't have to do this, but I do that. You can see. Take the Mac in the hand and top and paste, top and top the and hover the and mouse drop the rounds on the Mac, and it will start to load up the Mac with the rounds one by one, and you can take this and back gets reloaded, right? This you want to basically have in advanced procured, as you say. You don't want to end up being in a fight where you don't have enough rounds to fight on again, or to continue with. No, may look bad for you. And at the same time, you can say, what was I saying? Yeah, I mean, the game whole thing here feels fun. The whole thing you do is actually fun. Depends how you do and how you try to take your level up with, and there are so many other type of weapons you have here. You have so many base building type of cosmetics or furnitures you can build. All this storages, weapon storages, weapon showcase, wall racks, right? Um, what else? Um, yeah, and the amount of time you get to load up your mags of your rounds one by one can get improved if you are by doing it regularly, and when you are basically your perks in the weapons in the rifles in the weapons category, they get increased by doing that. Basically, to increase the reload faster reload time, it will I got with higher skills you have in the rifles or handgun, the the time for reloading gets faster. Also, ammunition, right? All these things will get eventually improved when you do them in game. Either it's handguns, rifles, archery. If you have archery, it also you'll be able to I mean, everything you have here basically. The more you drive, the more you will get better. You have less of vehicle storing, maximum speed you have, acceleration, this and that. Same with motorcycling, same with aviation, and so many other skills and perks that will eventually influence your improvement down the down the line, right? So, in the end, to close up this small talk, 0, 0.95 is here and it's getting now then it's hot fixes. It's not going to get any major updates. It's going to all get like hot fixes and small updates there to uh, keep it on the filler side until 1.0 will be ready to be released now. And with 1.0, things gonna change a lot again. I'm not sure what exactly gonna change because I believe everything we have seen now, the whole thing will be changed once more, like on a different level, and the whole thing gonna have the whole map have a different look again. Will be revamped, as I understand as well, and the whole your character customizations on will also have a different. You will probably get some more background story to your character, and yeah. Otherwise, I think I hope some more cool stuff will be added into Pyre 1.0 and so on. Well, NPCs are going to be added to 1.0. Have active NPCs besides the vendor NPCs and the trading spot or places now. And yeah, and then obviously, um, yeah, I mean, things gonna get spicy once 1.0 will be out, right? Otherwise, I think I'm gonna then make a stop here. Pit stop. There's so much I can tell about for now. I'm gonna tell that once I have more information about that or insights. No. Otherwise, then I hope you enjoyed small talk like this once again. Gonna be more like this coming on your way now and then again. Otherwise, make sure you hit the like. Please do so because it helps to the algorithm to work out because everyone's yeah, trying to earn something, trying to like work hard and this and that. It just takes small seconds to tick the like button, and it helps on both sides. And of course, if you have to, just follow on my subscribe, follow, and you will be notified for more content like this and various other content creation to be informed when they will be published. Right? Otherwise, I'll be seeing out and have a good rest of the weekend. I'll be see you in the next one. Cheers.